Welcome, new citizens. I'm sure some of you have heard about this game, seen about this game, done some research about the game, looked into it, maybe heard your friends talking about it, and then finally there's a free-to-play event, and you're going to go check it out, right? So highly recommend you do the free-to-play event. If you're watching this video for the first time, free-to-play event that's coming up here soon will be November 18th. November 30th. It's a big event that happens every year, the IAE. So you get the game, you download it. This game, has been in development forever, and it's kind of like a steep learning curve. But once you figure it out and you know how to traverse the universe, it makes it a lot easier. So when you download the game, you're going to start here. You're going to start with the little window. You'll see it. It'll say launch game, and then it'll bring you to this screen. Right. So this screen right here, you will not have the friends over here. You'll just have something that says create a character customization. So to do that, you just go here to character customization, right? And you just kind of scroll through it. It's very unique, and you can see I have my voice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, so it does have facial recognition, and my camera's a little offset, so probably that's why I look all ridiculous. Anywho, all right, so you make your character, you do that, you accept it, and I'm just gonna cancel, right? Yes, leave. Right, this is gonna bring you to this screen. It's gonna tell you to select a primary residence, right? You're gonna have the Stanton universe, and then you're going to have 4 primary universes or residences that you could choose from. So you can have New Babbage is one of them. That's on the planet of Microtech. It's beautiful. We can go there and check it out as well. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to start Area 18. But you have New Babbage, you have Orson, which I highly recommend you do not start on Orson for your first place. It is confusing. There's a lot of shuttles. It's taxing on your computer. You're going to be lost, and it's just not a great time for a first-time player to start off into that planet. Orson is a nightmare. It's a beautiful planet. It's just a nightmare. So just go visit it. Don't make it your primary residence. And then you have Lorville. Lorville is also, it's a very cyberpunk type city. I would highly recommend just visiting and not making it your primary residence. You can also change your residence, not your residence, but your spawn point throughout the game as you play it. So we are going to start with Area 18, and then we'll go into it, right? So Area 18 is where I'm at. I've already kind of pre-staged where we're at. I'm going to show you what's going to happen, how to make it out of your room that you're going to be into, get you to the hangar, traverse through the city, because it is kind of confusing, right? There's no maps like traditional game maps for local planetary systems or whatever. You have to read the signs like you were there. So we'll go through that, and we'll show you that. So here we go. Once you get your primary location start, you hit enter the citizen use, pick your server location, whatever. I just go with best. But if you're watching this overseas, there's a USA, EU, and Aussie servers, but I just go with best. It just picks the best one. There we go. If you're watching this, please like and subscribe. My name is Orty79. I stream on Twitch 8 p.m. Eastern Time, a variety of games. I'm going to do this more often. I stream it Wednesday and Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We do a variety of things. So bounty hunting, bunker missions, all that other stuff. So we'll go through that, show you how to get those bounty hunting missions, how to get the bunker missions, and the most important thing, what everybody wants to do, is get out of the hangar bay, or get to the hangar bay to your ship. All right, so when you start the game, you're going to wake up here. You're going to be in a bed, right? The first thing you want to do is you want to push the W button. It'll lift you up out of your seat. Now, I am fully kitted out. You're going to start out with an undersuit and a helmet. Okay, but these are some of the things that you can look forward to having, and I don't have any of my stuff here, so we can't start that. But You're going to start off with an undersuit and a helmet. And how you get to that screen is I, right? Traditional inventory button, right? You got your inventory. You're going to have your local inventory right here. And then you're going to have your personal inventory. Your personal inventory is stuff that, like, for your chest armor and your leg armor can have inventory, and your backpack, right? So you can purchase the backpacks and all that other items as well. So that's how you do that. And then once you get into your inventory, if you want to take stuff off, you go over here and you just click and drag, right? So local inventory will stay at it. There's a lot of local inventories. Different mining facilities on planets or different locations on planets will all have local inventory in there. So it will stay there locally until there's a character reset or a wipe of the server, right? So, and if a character reset, if you have to do character reset, it happens sometimes. It happens to the best of us. Everything will come back to where your primary residence is set at. Okay, so put the helmet back on. All right, the key buttons for this game, right? You look around, the details in these little habs, if you will, the apartments are pretty cool. There's nothing really big in here to check out, you know, just kind of wander around. But you're going to go to this door right here. And then you're going to push the F key. It's going to give you this free movement of the mouse. You can hit open, right? Come out here, check it out, get a little soda machines. They are not active yet. Walk around the corner, right? This is Area 18. Everything's gonna be different, different setup, which mainly what you're doing for every facility is you're looking for an elevator, right? An elevator will take you to where you need to go to. So the elevators are also deadly on this game, so kind of just step back. Sometimes they like to grab you, bring you out. So hopefully you don't get to witness that. You get into the elevator, you're going to hold that F key again, you're going to go down to the ground floor. All these floors are the same. They look exactly the same. It's just basically the apartments. So ground floor. Have the little signs chasing over here, showing you a little advertising, Casabuzz, your clothing. The Astra Armada is a ship store where you can buy more ships. So whatever ship you pledged with, your first ship, if you pledged, it will be in your hangar. Okay, so this is Area 18. Pretty awesome. You can see the shuttle go by every once in a while, like every, I think, 45 seconds or so. You'll see the shuttle fly by here. And you got your gun shop. You got your little citrus burrito. But we'll do that. I know you guys are all ready to go shoot people and stuff, so we'll go in here and you just go check it out, the armory, real quick. Every planet has different things for sale you can look at. There's different websites. If you Google it, there's Urkel, ERKUL, that has ships and ships loadouts and where you can buy the ship components and all that other stuff. So, and every facility, space station has something different that you can buy for different prices or whatever. So you can kind of shop that out. This is Chubby's Blast Weapons and Ammo. Hold F again, move it. So when you're buying your first thing, this is a key thing, and everybody, I always see it. I always see it in the chat, right? I always see it in the chat. You're buying your first thing, it says it. Let's see, let's do, let's pick some, right this, right? Buy, and it says insufficient volume, right here, right? Insufficient volume. And everybody's like, why can't I buy this? Okay. You have to come back here and you have to choose your destination. Your destination, remember when I was telling you about the local inventory, the destination is Area 18, right? Or whatever your local inventory is. Okay, so once I buy that, hit buy. Buy. There you go, transaction. It's completed, right? So transaction is complete. Here we go. So you just close out once you get your armor, your guns, or whatever you're buying. Food, clothes, that's how you work that. But for backpacks, if you have a backpack, you can put food items in there, ammo and all that stuff, so you can just change the destination to the ammo itself. Okay, so once we get out of here, it's going to transverse through this area. Pretty cool little cyberpunk type city. Area 18 is one of my favorite areas. It's pretty cool to look at. Once you come out through around this corner, you're going to see this giant orb ball object for whatever Arc Core is, right? There's also the little fizzy soda machines. You're gonna run through here, still wandering around. Where do I go, right? Remember I said you gotta pay attention to the signs. The signs will tell you where to go, and you're gonna see the sign right here. It says Arc Core City Flight. Okay, so your City Flight Transit. You're gonna move in here, and this is the same thing. You gotta pay attention to the the signs that are on the walls for Microtech. If you choose Orson, even after I told you not to do it, right? If you're just like one of those rebels that just like to do things on your own, right? If you choose Orson, good luck. There is a map, but it is tough. So you want to look for the spaceport on that area. Okay, so once you get here, we're going to tell you right here, train's arriving in 30 seconds. So you got 30 seconds to kind of take in the sights, adjust your inventory, take stuff that you want to move to your personal, to your local. Maybe you need some ammo. You want to check it into your backpack. But see, there's my armor here in the local. And if I wanted to equip it, I could just drag this over and bring it here. Okay, so that's how that works. You can just double click or you can drag it back, right? Put your backpack, my backpack and my guns. All right, the tram is now approaching. You're gonna get onto this tram. There's no secret thing to do here, no F button. All you have to do is just walk on board on every tram, every planet that has a tram, and every planet does have a tram system. So just remember that. And then if you are new to this game or new to Star Citizen, like I said, you've done the research on it, there is nothing like what you're about to see. This is all live, all persistent. There is ships flying over. You would be able to see those ships. It is unreal. And remember, there are no loading screens. We haven't hit one loading screen yet, and we're not going to. The loading screen that you hit is when you first start the game or after the dreaded 30K. And you'll see that in there. 30K is just a server error, and it just restarts and you go to a new server. So here it is. Let's just take in the sights. See that blue dot flying off, that is another player ship taking off right now from the spaceport. Like I said, everything is persistent, it is live, things are happening. These are not player NPC, these are not player little ships that are running through this area. This area is actually protected, so you cannot fly in it. We know that during CitizenCon they announced that during the Lorville Redux that there is going to be some city flying in the new Lorville area on Hurston, but that is not currently a thing right now. So don't be trying to bring your ship down there once you learn how to fly it. Alright, get off the train here. Just gonna kind of run around, and again, you're looking for something that says Spaceport, right? Riker Memorial Spaceport. It's got the arrows. You're gonna follow that arrow all the way down. Just kind of get through the customs area. You don't have to do anything here. A lot of this is just for that aesthetic pleasure, right? Make you feel like you're part of it. And then you're gonna go in here. This right here is if you get fines or citations. Now, if you get a fine for parking, or something of that sort, you can pay it at this station right here. Okay, I don't think it's too active, but this is the idea for it, right? You pay your little fine. There is a crime system on this game, and we'll explain that in here a little bit. But first, this is your ASOC terminal, right? This is the terminal where you're going to retrieve your ship. It's going to say fleet management. What are you going to do? Stay it with me. You're gonna hit that F button, get that mouse going in there. You're gonna click, touch to start, right? And many of you, sorry for this is these won't be here when the next wipe. But anyways, so it's gonna go with the Aurora, right? It's a lot of Aurora. You're gonna get a standard version of the factory setup will be delivered to your current location after a period of time, right? So every ship has a period of time that it takes to spawn. The bigger the ship, the more expensive the ship, the longer the time is. So for example, Aegis Retaliator, 31 minutes. Okay, and everybody's like, holy fuck, I don't want to do 31 minutes and just waiting, right? So you can file your claim and you can pay an expedite fee. The expedite fee will cut it down, okay? But you got to have that money. You got to have that AUEC to pay for it, and it continues to drop by the second, right? So you can pay to expedite it, and that will kind of speed up the process. So that's part of your game planning when you want to do certain things or have certain ships in a area. You want to make sure that you stage them throughout the universe, and we'll look at the map here while we're waiting for this 40-second time. Okay, so 40-second, right? We'll back out of this. We'll show you how to retrieve it. But if you look, you hit F1 or hit F1, or here you go, F1, I'm sorry. F1 will show your Mobi glass, right? Here's your Mobi glass. This is very important, right? It'll show your name, your health, not too concerning at this point, but down here along the bottom, you're going to have your little task. You have your comm link, right? So you have your comm link where you have your channels showing people what they're talking. You got your friends, and then if you are in a party, your party will show up right underneath here, okay? So then here would be your vehicle loadout. You guys can explore that once you start going into the universe. And then you get your knickknacks, which will show you where everything is staged throughout the universe. You can have like where you've put certain things. If you don't remember, it'll be everything: ships, equipment, gear. Your skyline is your map. So this is the universe. We are currently at Art Core. And what I'm going to do, this is our goal today. We're going to do is going to get the Aurora. We're going to get out of the space station. And then we're going to get to Bajini Point, which is right. Oops. Be careful with this. You can scroll in with your mouse wheel. Kind of double click on it. And then we're going to go right here to Bajini Point. That's where we're going to go. That's the next. Every major planet has a space station outside of the planet. It is in orbit and in line with the major city. So you got Microtech has Port Tressler. You have, which would be New Babbage, would be Port Tressler. Then you have Area 18 on Art Core. It has Bajini Point. Then you have Lorville with Hurston has Mount Everest Harbor. And then you have Crusader, which is the planet that I was speaking of, right? Orison, right? Orison has Port Olisar, right? So every planet here has a spaceport. Every planet has a moon cycle that goes around it. Okay, so and all those moons are explorable. You have different crew stations, which could be various things for mining, mining refinery, all that sorts. So, all right, let's go get our vehicle out. Back on it, hit that F button, hold F down, and click with your mouse. So your left click, right? And you're gonna bring your vehicle out.
Vehicle selected.
The vehicle is gonna tell you what hangar it's going to be positioned at. Okay, so it's going to say Hangar 11. Okay, now sometimes when you're playing, you get going, you get talking, or you go get some drinks because you got to worry about your drink and all that other stuff. You forget what hangar it's at. You do not have to go back to that terminal. Just look for the blue dot. There you go. See it right there, Aurora MR Hangar 11. Right. Okay, so once we go here, you got your hangar assigned. Your vehicle is in your hangar. You have different drink stations, and this is important too, okay? This is very important. Your food and drink levels can decline, okay? So, same thing, just like everything else, hold the F button. You can do quick buy on this. Eventually. You can do quick buy on this. There it goes. He's going to grab your water bottle, right? Or whatever it is. There's protein, or, what are those drinks called? What are they called? Smoothies that will feed you and increase your hydration, right? And then you have just regular drinks. You got water bottles and all that sorts, right? But you can get the all-in-one, the 2-for-1, or you can come and buy individual food, right? They got the tilapia verde and the cheddar ham burritos, right? Chris Roberts like his burritos. Okay, so if you want to drink, right? You got your drink in your hand. Oh, you just left click and it's not working, right? Why aren't you drinking? You got to remember, you got to take your helmet off. Once you get to this, you hit that I button again. Right, go to your inventory, drag your helmet over to local or to your backpack. It'll probably fit in your backpack, but I would just drag it to local. If you're in an area that doesn't have a local inventory, you do not have a backpack, you're going to have to drop it onto the ground. And this is how that's going to look. So you're going to grab this helmet, and you're just going to put it here, and it'll drop on the ground. The problem with that is that helmet is now available for everybody. So make sure that once you get it, you get your drink, you put it back on. Okay? Now, where did my other drink go? We'll just drink this one. I think it dropped. Alright, so we got our drink, right? Do I have my helmet back on? I do. I gotta remove the helmet.
Hello, and welcome to Riker.
Just didn't want anybody to come by and steal it. This is the tricky part. You just kind of move it around with your right click until you start to see the light blue hue wrap around it. Then left click, it'll drink. You'll see the bar pop up. and you are hydrating. And if you're drinking a smoothie, you're doing both. And you'll see it on the left-hand screen. I'll show you after I get done drinking. I'll show you with the mouse. You'll see it right around here. You'll see a little water droplet and then something that looks like a leaf. I don't know why that's there, but that means you're getting hungry. It'll start dropping below 99. Once it starts getting below 100%, it'll start appearing. There are ways that you can do it, like on a medical bed, but the medical bed will not fill you. It will just top you off type deal. But it'll continue to drop. So, all right. Now this is what the moment you guys all been waiting for. We're just going to go over here to the elevators, right? Make sure you're looking at the elevators. Hangar elevators. Everything's labeled. Call the elevator. Step back. Give it a little bit of room. Elevator's on its way. No. Oh, which elevator? Oh, look. Hangar 11. There's you right there. Scroll down with your mouse wheel. Hold an F. Left click. Here we go, we're moving. Now I am currently using joysticks. I just switched to joysticks, but you can definitely fly. I flew for the longest time on mouse and keyboard. It is not hard to do. Now, once you get into a little bit of PvP, oh my god, they gave me the biggest hangar for this little ship. Once they give you into the PvP, it gets a little bit difficult because they are turning way faster than you are. But for you starting off, if you're just trying to check out this game, and you're wondering what's going on, you'll be alright with the mouse and keyboard. Just kind of get you figured out. Alright, so into the ship we go, eventually, on the longest hangar. This is the hangar usually for the big ships. It must be pretty full here at our core today. Alright, they come up to your ship, right, your Aurora. You're going to have, if you're flying a Titan or something, you're going to look for it. It's going to say hatch on there, right? So same as before, right? Hold that F, and you're going to get options. You're going to get enter ship, or you're going to get enter or open cargo door, or something of the sort, right? So we're going to hit enter ship. It's going to do its little animation. And get into the ship. Alright, ship is shut. Same thing. Hold F on the seat. Enter pilot seat. Alright, once you do that, there's a few ways you can turn your ship on, right? The easiest way is you're going to hit I, right? And you see the little hydrogen and quantum tanks go from red to blue, right? And then U starts to light everything up. Alright, so it's going to go through its system checks, okay? So you've got it to this part. You can fly up, right? Using spacebar to increase your height, right? Left control to decrease the altitude. And then you have A and D will shift you over, right? Then your Q and E, your Q will roll you, your E will roll you the other way. And then W will move you forward, right? Give you a little bit of gas. Now, if you're looking here on the radial, you're going to see this little box right here. That is your throttle control. You can control that with your mouse, right? You control it with your mouse, however your speed that you want to use, right? So a lot of people like to run it high, get out of certain areas, but so you control that, but just remember your speed when you're landing, okay? All right, so how do we get out of the hangar? There's a couple options you can do. You can hotkey, and I made a video on it. I'll try to attach it in a link. I've never done that before, but I made a video on it, how to hotkey your requesting to land and requesting to take off button. But what you do is you hit your F1, pull up your Mobi glass, right? You're going to go to your comm link, and then here in your friends, you're going to see whatever the station is, right? It could be anything, but for us, it's Area 18 Landing Services. You're going to hit this little arrow over here, click it. It's going to call Area 18 Landing Services. Cleared to launch. To hit F1 to close your Mobi glass. And now the hangar bay doors start to open up. Now, if you want to see the outside view of your ship, you can hit F4, kind of check it out. If you want to scroll around, a lot of us will be like, oh, let me move, and then you're actually moving the ship. So if you want to see how your ship is, the profile of your ship, check it out, you can just hold down the letter Z, as in Zulu, and move your mouse around. It'll show you everything. Kind of move it around. But make sure when you do that, you kind of recenter it. Go back into the ship cockpit view. All right, so we're gonna lift up. You're out. Remember, spacebar to lift up. Spin around. Now, you have quantum travel in this game. Right? Quantum travel gets you from A to B pretty quick, depending on your quantum drive. Right? You can upgrade; they're all upgradable. Some of the ships are installed with really good quantum drives, but some of them are not. So, quantum travel is a big deal, and it is real-time travel. So, if you don't have a quick quantum drive, you're going to spend a lot of time in space. Okay, so to spool up your quantum drive, you're going to hit B, right? And all these markers are going to show up. It's a little overwhelming. Even today, I've been playing this game for a bit. It's still like, oh my god, where's this at, right? So like I said, remember, it's usually affixed to the planet's main area. So kind of just scroll around. There it is. It's going to be a square box for the space stations. There we go. So we're going to roll around Bajini Point. It's going to be titled. Now, I can't jump because I'm still inside the atmosphere. So we need to increase our speed. And then, a little trick here, you can hit the letter C, as in Charlie. Put it on cruise control so you're not holding W, right? And make sure you take cruise control off when you're approaching anything, because you'll crash into it. We've all done it. We've all done it. If you've been playing this game for a long time and you're watching this video, just sit there and nod. We've all done it. We've all crashed into it, especially when you hit F1. And that's why it's so important to bind your keys to be to call for landing pads and to take off, because when you're flying into the space station, you'll see here in a second, once we get out of orbit or out of the atmosphere. If you see here, one key thing I forgot to tell you, I still got my landing gear down, right? The letter N for November will bring your landing gear in, right? So here we go. All right. Once you know you got it, it'll turn blue. It'll start, the spooling will complete, the calibration will complete. Then you hold down the letter B and you jump. There we go. Now, right now I have cruise control on, right? So you're going to get into the area. It's going to tell you to request permission to land. I'm going to try to aim so I don't kill myself for the sake of this video. It's going to say contact air traffic control for landing. So you do it the old way without binding your key. You got this, you're hitting this, yada, 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 and then you crash right into the station, right? So make sure you turn off your cruise control so you can survive and not have to do that takeoff process again. Okay, so we're going to turn off our quantum travel. We're kind of just drifting by. I'm going to call in for my facility. X is your air brake. There are different tricks that you can do. You can bind to boost your air brake to your boosters, kind of help you slow down faster, right? So once you get a facility, or once you get to a spot to land, you're going to see this little circle with a down arrow, and that's going to show you your hangar that you're going into. So I'm kind of just drifting my way in there, and I think it's on the inside ring. It is. It's just kind of difficult sometimes when it's dark on certain facilities. So we're just going to kind of pop around. Alright, so the hangar bay door should be opening. I'm going to slow it down because it's really touchy, these smaller ships. Get your landing gear. Always remember to put your landing gear down. You can land without your landing gear, it's just your ship will bounce around. Right? Come in here. Touchdown. Once you touch down, you know you did it right. The hangar bay doors will shut. So landing is complete. There you go. And to get out of your cockpit, there's a couple things before you do this, and nobody really you have to learn this the hard way, right? And this is why we're trying to prevent you from doing that. Before you get out of your cockpit in a spaceport or at a space station, turn your engines off, right? So your engines hit I, it'll turn it off, right? It'll turn it off. You can leave the rest of it on, but turn your engines off, because once you come back to if you store your ship and you go to respawn it, it will be levitating in the air. So make sure you always remember to turn your engines off. And you're gonna learn the hard way. You'll forget. You know, I showed you. You'll forget, right? But it happens. Sometimes you got to get another ship to come push your ship down, or go to another place to recall it, so you're able to get into it. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So just make sure you always turn your engine off. And to get out of your cockpit seat, you're gonna hold Y. Okay, it'll do its animation. There you go. You've arrived at Bikini Point. Same as get out of your ship, same way you got in it, right? Hold that F. Exit the ship. So I hope this helps. Like I said, my name is 4079. I stream 8 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv. 4079, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, variety of games. I'm going to try to do more Star Citizen. I like making these videos. I also have a little series going on that I was trying to work on today, but I decided to do this. And if you like what you saw and it helped you out, hit me up in the verse. Let me know. Hit that like and hit that follow. Appreciate it. You guys have fun. Be safe, and welcome to the verse.